The other day, my wife injured her knee, and I'm not laughing, so I may have a smile on my face, but I'm not laughing at my wife. I know better than that. But she injured her knee, and she was like, oh, my knee, Mark, what should I do? She's limping around the house, and I'm like, poor baby. So I try to help her out because, you know, being around pro sports, I've been around a lot of injuries, and I'm nearly a medical doctor, really I am. I mean, all the injuries, all the things I've seen, I'm sure I could heal a lot of different ailments. But, you know, I'm sitting there watching her with her knee, and so I said, honey, the first thing you gotta do, you gotta put some ice on it. So I went and got the ice pack, and I put it directly on her knee, and she about freaked out. I mean, she's like, oh, it's freezing, stop, take it off, I can't take it, da, da, da. It was on there for like 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds, at all. And she's like, no, take it off. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be rough. I said, honey, the only way you can get the swelling down, the only way you could, you know, help yourself and take the pain away, you gotta put some ice on it, you gotta chill it out. She wasn't having it. She was not having it. So she's looking at me like, how do you do it? I mean, all those years of playing football, and, you know, she sees, you know, I'm throwing ice on my shoulders and my knees, and we even have an ice tank here where, you know, it's like a big, huge tub full of ice and cold water, and you just dump your whole body in, and she's looking at me like, you gotta be crazy. Well, I said, honey, I mean, it's a part of, you know, healing the body. It's one of the tricks that we as pro athletes use to heal our bodies. And so she's looking at me like I'm speaking Greek or something, right? I said, well, let me break it down to you. I said, there are a few components when it comes to, you know, the pro athlete healing his body, and hopefully you can get something out of this. I said, the number one thing we need to do, not all guys do it, but the number one thing that I like to do when it comes to healing my body is, one, I pray. And I'm like, oh God, this is your body you made. You put this whole thing together. You know, I need to get back on the field, or my knee is hurting, or this, that, and that. I need this fixed. Can we do this? And then the second thing I do is I set my mind. I say, you know what, knee, you may be a knee, but you got to get fixed. You got to get right. So it starts in the mind. It starts up here that I'm going to be right. A few years ago, I broke my collarbone during a game, and we were playing Montreal, you know, my ex-team. So it was I was into it big time. I broke my collarbone in the second quarter, and I played the rest of the game. And people are looking at me like, Mark, are you nuts? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a little bit nuts. I'm a little bit crazy. I mean, this was Montreal. I had to get the game done. So I'm thinking like, Mark, I mean, how do you play the game? How do you play the game with a broken collarbone? It starts up here. It starts up here. I wasn't gonna let a broken collarbone keep me from playing, at least not that game. So boom, I couple that with prayer, with the mind, with obviously medical treatment. I mean, don't try to be a tough guy. Don't be a tough guy, all right? You need some ice, get the ice. You need a strong mind, have a strong mind. You need prayer, pray. That's how you heal up.